Man who kept unopened Christmas gift from ex-girlfriend for almost 50 years finally finds out what's inside. When two people fall in love, the flame can often cause one to be burned. However, for the one Adrian Pierce, the flame turned out to be a firecracker that lit up his world. It all began when Adrian Pierce approached Vicky Allen in the cafeteria of George S. Henry High School. At the time, Adrian was a senior while Vicky was in second grade, but even so, Adrian saw something special in Vicky and began to court her. To his happiness, Vicky returned his feelings and soon became his girlfriend. The two knew that they had a connection and both felt as though their relationship would last a lifetime to stretch far into the future, and though it indeed did, neither imagined exactly how their relationship would have developed. As the months went by and Adrian's feelings for Vicky grew more and more intense, he planned a perfect date for the Christmas holidays. Adrian truly went all out, planning for weeks to make a list of what they were going to do together, where they were going to go and what they were going to eat. However, his perfect plan soon came crashing down around him. It was the winter of 1971 when Adrian got some unfortunate news. Nikki broke up with him just before Christmas and she didn't even give an explanation as to why she did so. Adrian was heartbroken. He felt that they were going to be together for life and couldn't understand what happened. Did he do something wrong? Did he hurt her in some way? Or were they just not meant to be together? Whatever it was, Adrian only got a simple present instead of the answers he sought. Vicky had already bought a Christmas present for Adrian, but now it was a going-away gift to signify what they had before. Adrian's heartbreak quickly turned to anger and he didn't even open the gift. Vicky was his first love, his first girlfriend, and now she was gone. It was precisely due to that fact that Adrian started seeing the present in a new light. Every year at Christmas, he would put Vicky's gift under the tree along with all the other gifts, but he'd never open it and even told his family members about it. Thus, his little personal tradition was born. This routine continued year after year, and the years soon turned into decades, until the ritual was finally broken by his wife, Janet. Adrian had met Janet a little after his breakup with Vicky, and she turned out to be the true woman of his dreams, and they finally got married after dating a long while and had kids of their own. However, even after his marriage, Adrian didn't stop putting Vicky's gift under the Christmas tree every year of his happily married life, even if his children pestered him to open it. At first, Janet agreed with a little ritual and let Adrian practice it to his heart's content. However, after so much time had passed, she felt that it was time for things to come to an end. It wasn't because she was jealous, but because she felt that it wasn't healthy to keep a gift like that even after 40 years, and finally told him it was as if he had developed an attachment to an element so far into the past it became intangible. At first, Adrian refused. He said that the reason he didn't want to open the gift was its sentimental value. It was a gift from someone he once valued greatly, a token of past memories that he wanted to keep. With the dilemma of wanting to open the gift or not, Adrian finally turned to social media, thinking that sharing his story would be able to provide some insight. And on 23rd of December 2017, Adrian finally published a full story about the unopened gift from Vicky. His post quickly got a lot of attention from the internet, and everyone who read his message wondered what happened to Vicky, where was she now, and what was in that decades-old package. The story even got published on the front page of national newspapers. Everyone wanted to know how the story would unfold. Adrian and the interested strangers soon became friendly with each other as they chatted about the odd situation, but some of them wanted to find Vicky and ask her to explain her side of the story. Adrian was delighted by the idea and hoping to find Vicky so they could exchange information about their new lives. However, this was proving to be a difficult task. Adrian had become famous because of his viral post, and some women introduced themselves as the real Vicky, but none of them passed the test Adrian had set up by asking questions only the real Vicky would know. But Adrian wouldn't give up his search. He had indeed tried to find Vicky in the past, but he turned up empty-handed. But the support he'd received from his post made that desire rekindle, and he once again started the search. It was at this point that Adrian found a diary from when he was still a student, and in it was a page about where he met Vicky's sister Stephanie, and they'd exchanged a few numbers. Unfortunately, the first lead he found quickly turned to a dead end. The first number was supposed to be Vicky's home number, but after several decades, the number had long since changed. The next number was a work number, but once again, time caused her to leave and she no longer worked there. The final number belonged to Vicky's parents, but that too ended up nowhere. Adrian also tried to look up Vicky's number in the phone book and found a woman of the same name living in Toronto, but she was already 91 years old. Despite the various disappointments, a very curious interaction was going on behind the scenes. After Adrian published his story on social media, it was seen by one of his classmates who had attended the same school as them. The mutual friend sent Vicky a private message containing a link to Adrian's story, and she was shocked by the commotion stirred. Vicky quickly sent Adrian a friend request, which was immediately accepted, and the two quickly caught up with each other. Adrian happily talked about his relationship with his wife Janet, and the two shared a laugh about the situation. Who would have thought that they would see each other again like this? Vicky invited Adrian and his wife to visit her in British Columbia, which the couple happily accepted, and they traveled to meet Vicky in late 2018. As they met and continued to catch up, Vicky told Adrian that she was truly shocked that he had held on to the gift she had given him for so long, and also finally revealed the reason she had left him so long ago. It turned out that on the day Vicky had gone to get the gift for Adrian when they were still a couple, she ran into a man named Wolf whom she had a crush on for a very long time. The day the two kissed was also the day Vicky broke up with Adrian. She said she felt very guilty about her feelings and about what she'd done, as it was an unfaithful act. She couldn't bear the shame of lying to Adrian and so made the decision to break up with him. She also admitted that she'd completely forgotten about what she'd actually bought, so she and Adrian decided to end the suspense by opening it on live television. The two sponsored a Christmas charity stream to open the present live, and the audience couldn't wait to have their questions answered. Can you guess what was inside the present? Adrian gave Vicky the honor to unveil the gift, but as soon as she opened it, her face turned red and she mumbled that she couldn't believe she'd given Adrian such a gift.
Oh no, I can't get that.
It turns out that the present was a book about love. Its title was Love Is: New Ways to Spot That Certain Feeling, written by Kim Grove. The audience was shocked that Vicky would give Adrian a book about love at the same time she broke up with him. Talk about complex feelings. Vicky soon found that she'd even written a personalized note on the inside of the book for Adrian, though things hadn't gone the way she planned when she'd written it. Adrian was surprised by the present as well, since he thought that it would be a wallet of some sort. This is because when they were still together, Vicky worked at Canadian Tire for $1.25 an hour, so the gift would be rather luxurious for a mere high school student. In a later interview, Vicky revealed that her and Adrian's different views of their relationship was the catalyst that led to their viral story. Vicky had never thought that a relationship with Adrian was a serious thing and treated it as a high school fling, a fleeting romance. This was the exact opposite of what Adrian thought. For him, it was a relationship that could have ended in marriage and a lifelong commitment. Still, Adrian says he no longer hates Vicky for leaving him in the past, as it was precisely those actions that led him to his wife Janet. The two have been married for over 40 years now and are still as happy and in love with each other as they had been when they were younger. After everything that happened, Vicky, Adrian, and Janet remained friends and continue to stay in contact with each other. However, things didn't end with just the book. With their live stream, the two raised more than $13,000 that day alone, and it would all go towards buying Christmas gifts for children in need. Now, Adrian has written an entire book about the unopened Christmas gift of several decades, titled The Present of 47 Years, and he would even be working on another book about his adventures as a cameraman. His new hobby didn't stop there though, and he even announced his intention to publish a documentary about the gift, which would include many guest interviews, including those with his wife Janet and Vicky. Adrian posted another message on Facebook to thank everyone for their help and support. He and Vicky now continue with their lives, staying together in a new way that they'd never imagined, as they weren't expecting their high school romance would go viral and captivate audiences all around the world.